a councilor, I experienced the volunteerism there, but this time it has to pour out into the different municipalities and cities and provinces.
All right, this isn't the first election that ang Kapatiran will be part of. How would you say you fared in the last elections? Were you able to make headway and actually convince voters that this is the way to go, or your way is the way to go?
Yeah, Leah, you know, for a political party to have gotten 700,000 votes on the average for our 3 senatorial candidates with 2.9 million, that is victory for the party and for the Filipino people. That people believe that ang Kapatiran is the way to go. We have to stop the trend where personalities come first before principles and platform-based politics. Tama na. We have to realize na the people have to tell these politicians what they are willing to do for their constituents, no? Clear and specific objectives, principles, platform. When you have a relationship, it's not enough to say, I love you, or good governance, or ethical leadership. We have to say, we are willing to do this, to do that, and we're saying we are willing to remove the pork barrel, which is really the cause of graft and corruption. We are willing to go head on with graft and corruption. We are willing to espouse servant leadership. It's really a tall order, but it is possible, because if we win the presidency, culture starts from the top, cascading down.
Okay, we have a texter from Makati who's asking, what is your stand on reproductive health and how qualified are you to run the country?
Qualification, a lot of people are pelting me with that. Competence. You know, if I could distinguish between right and wrong, black and white, evil and good, then I am qualified and competent. I mean, the presidency is about consensus building. And if there is a president who would know everything, then he has a tendency to be a dictator, or pretends to know everything. He has a tendency to be a traditional politician. Not everybody. I have a political party and composed of good men and women, no, who are willing to consensus build with me. About the reproductive health code, it was in 2007 August. I was the first councillor who went against that code in the city level, because that is, as I said, an imperialist and dictated policy. You know, it's being pushed by United Nations Fund for Population Activities. It's a development agency that, where's local autonomy? Where's our sovereignty? You know, if USAID or United Nations Fund for Population Activities would dictate these policies on us, which really is against womanhood and women's rights, because delikado nga yung mga gamot, yung chemical and mechanical commodities that are being made available. It's detrimental to the health of the woman. So I am against that.
So what is the option that you're offering on that particular issue?
Well, there are billings ovulation method. There are many. If BFAD advocates natural food, no? Well, I think it's so understandable to conclude that if you're taking chemicals that would alter your biological processes, a woman, then hindi acceptable yan.
All right, JC, a texter from La Union is asking, have you gone to the provinces and what kind of reaction have you received?
Well, I've been going around as an Ang Kapatiran party member. We've gone to Naga, we've gone to Cebu. Very warm. The people are looking for the middle class have failed for so long to provide an alternative candidate. And the nation is hungry for an alternative candidate. And we will see again. I'm leaving for Masbate, I'm leaving for Legazpi, I'm leaving for Cebu, Zamboanga, and I'll report to the nation.
Right. What is your vision from a texter from Manila? What is your vision for Mindanao?
Mindanao, you know, that's a deep problem. I was reading something about Mindanao. one pa when Zamboanga wanted a business district, and you know, among the Muslim leaders, they're not getting along, and they want autonomy, but they want independence, but our constitution provides autonomy. So I believe that same thing as Metro Manila, Mindanao is plagued by traditional politics. And the solution there are many historical injustices that have been experienced by the Mindanaoans. But the solution there is, again, good governance. No? Governance from the heart.
All right, last question. The biggest battle usually isn't during the voting, but during the counting of the ballots, and that's where a lot of things happen. How do you plan on protecting your votes?
Again, by appealing to the Filipino people that this fight is their fight. Ang Kapatiran Party is simply representing them in demanding that the leaders provide the principles and platform. So I am just representative of the Filipino people.
All right. Olongapo City Councilor and presidential aspirant John Carlos J.C. de los Reyes, very quickly before we let you go, if there's one thing you'd want someone who's watched you or met you for the first time as they're watching this, what would you want them to remember about presidential aspirant J.C. de los Reyes?
Well, let's destroy paradigms this time. Let's not go for those who are popular. Let's not go for those who are moneyed, big names. We have to prove to ourselves that a presidential candidate sometimes, no, we have this notion that he's such a VIP. No, he could be a simple man. And if we could do that, well, we are on the right track.
Well, you're related to Senator Gordon, but I guess that we'll save that for another time to ask whether you will be running with him running as president as well. Will there be two from the Gordon clan running for president?
He hasn't declared. So I think I have been the first one to declare in behalf of my party. And that's something, a precedent.
We'll see what happens, and we thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.